Welcome back to Nova Scotia, where we've got decades upon decades of heating systems in our basement. That's several tons of heavy, awkward metal machines that we'd like to get out of our house and into a scrapyard. And we still have 1 day left on our rental excavator, so you better bet we're going to use that to our advantage. And it's going to get pretty wild. It's going to be a fun time. But before we can start swinging stoves, our basement stairs need a serious makeover. At some point in the house's past, the basement doorway was moved around the corner, which led to an awkward and intense drop down to the first step, making them not just ugly, but also dangerous. Currently set at a breakneck pitch, Jean's been itching to fix them for months, and now was his chance, which meant we'd also finally get to fix this situation. So while Jean set to work cutting some new stringers, we worked on moving the door frame back to its original spot.
People of YouTube are constantly asking if we're finding dead bodies. Have we found any dead bodies in that cavity so far?
In this one, no, but we have 2 or 3 dead bodies yet. Little mouse, little birds.
Unfortunately, somewhere in the process of previous renovations, this beautiful original trim got hacked off and mangled, although, as you can see, humans weren't the only critters to blame for damaging the woodwork. Hello. Hey, Jean.
Hey. Mais hey, c'est vraiment pas grand. Ben Chris, la vibration l'a fait descendre.
So one plumb, level, and non-neck-breaking pair of stairs later, we could finally start emptying out the basement. So we inaugurated the new stairs by using them to evacuate the old stairs. Then water boiler number 1. And water boiler number 2. Miscellaneous plumbing bits and bobs. Then there was was this bad boy. This thing was so heavy that there was no way we were going to get it out of the basement in one piece, so we had to disassemble it as much as possible into as small of pieces as we could to try and eliminate some weight and get it out of the basement.
Ok, tu seras capable autant la boîte, là?
D'après moi, t'enlèves ça ici, puis tout ça sort d'un chunk.
Ça ici.
Ça veut dire qu'il va en avoir de l'autre bord aussi, ça.
C'est nucléaire.
Yeah.
Les
Over
choses radiales. Nuke. I want nuke.
It's like a weird game of whack-a-mole.
Ça, comment ça pèse dans tes mains? Une livre, 2 livres?
Non,
Plus?
je dirais 7-8 livres, 10 livres.
Ok.
Now, you know that I've been trying to keep these renovations as environmentally friendly as possible. I'm pulling out nails from wood. I'm reusing timber and original materials as much as possible. And many of you have commented on it and applauded my efforts. So if you're enjoying these more environmentally conscious renovations, then you might also be interested in today's sponsor, Blueland. They're a line of sustainable home cleaning products, and they're on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic by rethinking cleaning essentials that are better both for you and the planet. And to illustrate why that is so important, I just wanted to show you this little clip that I took on my walk with Cradle earlier today. Now, I did not stage this at all. It's literally such a common occurrence that I see this all the time. Plastic jugs sitting in a trash can on the curb waiting to go to the landfill. Compare that with Blueland, where you get one of their beautiful glass forever bottles. They're functionally made, they're aesthetic, and you keep reusing it so you don't have to throw it out. So you just fill the bottle with water, you grab one of their tablets, which come in these recyclable little packages, and you pop a tablet of whatever cleaning solution you bought, whether that's mirror cleaner, multi-purpose cleaner, hand soap, etc. You pop it in and it is ready to go. And then when you run out of that cleaning solution, all you have to do is grab a refill tablet, you fill the bottle back up with water, throw the tablet in, and boom, you're set. And because the tablets are just compacted, dried powder, you're not paying to ship water all over the world. So it's not only better on the planet than traditional cleaning solutions, but it's easier on your wallet too. So if you'd like to give them a try, I can highly recommend them. I've been really enjoying their products, and they're offering viewers of my channel a discount. So you can click my link below, you can scan the QR code on screen, and you'll get 15% off of your first kit. So a big thanks to Blueland for sponsoring this portion of the video and for giving us more environmentally responsible cleaning solutions. So now that we've got that giant beast out of the basement, we can finally start putting the excavator to use. If we can get it out of the mud, that is. And I'm actually really glad that I caught this little clip on camera because I think it gives a really good idea of the conditions that Jean had to put up with for the past week. Imagine having to move all that soil from our backyard, regrade around our whole house when it's so wet out that you can barely move the excavator without sinking into the mud.
Allez, vas-y! pas le tampon. Bougez pas.
Not gonna lie, that was way easier than if we'd had to do it by hand. Hooray for the excavator saving our backs. Now, on to the next heavy piece of metal. This radiator has been in the backyard since I bought the house. It was just sitting back there rusting, and I know some of you have even asked in the comments what the story is with it, and honestly, I have no idea, but I do know that I'm definitely not going to risk putting it back into use in the house, so it's gotta go. Fortunately, it wasn't one of the original ornate Victorian designs, but a very plain, more 1950s style. Then the radiator from the living room.
Ouais, voyage payant. Paye-tu cash ou paye en chèque?
Cash.
Quand tu tirer dessus, lui, il va sortir de là.
Non, faut, non, attends.
This radiator is the one from the kitchen that John thought he could move by himself, although I guess technically he is still moving it by himself. Then we have one baby water boiler, a second baby water boiler, a third and final baby water boiler.
Laisse-la là, drette là, laisse-la comme ça. Ok, comme ça.
J'ai enlevé le manteau, là.
Comme ça, on va rester de même.
They do move in herds.
Number 3.
That's right, folks, that brings the total to 5 water boilers and 2 oil furnaces. And let's not forget, of course, about
The crucible.
Oh my god, the crucible.
Recule un petit peu. Là, Philippe, écoute-moi. Regarde, si tu fais ça comme ça,
ça.
non, comme ça, là, elle passe. Là, elle passe.
On la roule.
Elle va pas bien loin.
Non, mais dans le sens. 1, 2, 3.
Ça va là. OK.
I never thought it would see the light of day.
Me neither.
Ça, on va le dolly.
Vas-y comme ça.
Come behind me.
Regarde. Attends. Yes. Tu veux-tu cleaner ça si on part avec?
Ouais.
S'il vous plaît.
Ouais.
Il y a des pattes, Tommy, là. Ça, c'est vide.
Bon.
Attends, passe pas. Tourne un petit peu.
I literally never thought
C'était vraiment pas super.
that was ever gonna
C'était vraiment pas super.
You should see your face though. It's filthy. It's sweaty. It's really something else. It's really not that bad, he said, covered in dirt, grime, and sweat.
It was fun.
Bye bye, Crucible. Ooch.
Next up was the radiator from the front room with the big bay window. We detached this from the system last fall, and if you don't know why we're getting rid of the radiators, both this one and all of the other ones, then I'll link the relevant videos below so you can get caught up to speed. It's so bad, wow. I'm gonna leave it there, I'll film it.
Yeah. Big gaping hole.
That's a shame.
It's really nice, eh?
Ça, c'est chien. Ça vient du sentier.
Jamais. Voyez, il dit.
Ça à cause de rien.
So one more radiator meets its maker. This is another plain boxy model, and it also proved to be the final straw for our poor dolly.
Hey, boy.
We constructed this several months ago and have used it to wheel radiators throughout the house, but today it saw its last load. Now, at this point, we looked at all the metal we had in the truck, and we looked at all the metal we still had not in the truck, and we decided it would be a better use of our time and also would save a lot of wear and tear on the truck bed if we would just hire somebody with a bigger vehicle to make one single scrap metal run. Plus, as a regular customer of the scrapyard, they should actually get a better price on the metal. So we unloaded Jean's truck. We called the same guy who dropped off all that gravel earlier, and he came back and we loaded everything right back up into his larger and much more beat up truck. Now, I really wish that I had a satisfying finish to the story, like we walked away with hundreds of dollars of profit from all this metal, but unfortunately, this saga finishes fairly anticlimactically. So after loading the metal into his truck and paying him for his truck and his time, we actually didn't make that much money for our efforts. It was something like a couple $100 for the whopping 4 tons of metal that we dropped off, but that's, also literally 4 tons of metal that is no longer in my basement. And like I said, a lot of it I literally thought was going to remain in that basement for the rest of eternity, so I'm still considering it a huge win. The last thing we did that evening was to frame out the gaping hole in the wall where the door to the basement had been. Where it had been relocated? Where the non-original door to the basement used to be, now that it's back to its original place.
I have decided I'm going to try to harvest some drywall from this right here. This is the patch of wall that got pulled out where the kitchen door is now, where there's currently a kitchen door, and instead we're gonna go slap it on to the spot where the door had been in the hallway here. So here's the situation. We've got the wall all framed up. We just need the drywall to go over it. But I cannot fit an entire sheet of drywall in my car. So we have kind of 2 options. Either we literally bring some sort of cutting device to the hardware store to cut the drywall on site to the size we need it, or I can try and get the drywall off of this floating section of wall and repurpose it. Obviously, I would like to repurpose it. 1, it's better for the environment. 2, I'm a cheapskate. 3, I would be really embarrassed bringing a saw to Kent to cut down my drywall. So the goal is to be able to try to pry this loose from the wall. I think that the outermost layer, because if we come with me, I will show you. I think that this outermost layer here is actually just glued on to the layer behind it. Because if we look closely, look, we can see that there's 1, 2 layers of drywall, and then a nice layer of some tongue and groove boards, which you can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna be saving. But I think that this outermost layer is just kind of glued on. So I'm gonna be going through and trying to pry it loose without damaging it, which, I mean, if you've worked with drywall, you know that my chances are slim to none, but we're gonna try. We just gotta do our best, okay? So let's go. Papa crowbar, Mama crowbar. That's the one we want, the skinny little one. It's gonna do a lot less damage than this guy. Is that a good crack or a bad crack? Oh, that's a good sound. That felt like something letting go. And that sounded like drywall breaking. I guess if I can't get the outermost layer of drywall off, maybe I can still salvage the innermost layer? Possibly? Take a listen to the sound and tell me that it doesn't sound like the sound of adhesive slowly letting go. Is that adhesive or is that adhesive? Let's keep working our way up. Oh, that is much less willing to go. I still have hope. I still have hope, although you're not gonna be able to see me as I work my way over here with my hope. Okay, so that is either a bead of glue or a screw. I think it's a screw. Aha! Okay, yes. There are screws. There are some screws, but I think I can find them and unscrew them. And then I'll just have to patch up some little holes. Still way cheaper and faster than buying a whole new sheet of drywall. Woohoo! That's a horrible sound. Exhibit A, a screw. Honestly, it looks like I could maybe get lucky and have like 10 screws in this whole thing. That would be great. Oh, there's one down there. That one's visible. Come to mama. Mama's gonna need a chair. Hi, how's my silly doggo? How's my silly little doggo? Come on. Oh! Boom goes the dynamite. Aha! Ooh! Okay, on the other hand, that was kind of fun. Well, we're halfway there. Ah, it's 2 pieces, it's 2 pieces. I can have a clean break, can I? Woo! Heck yeah! Free drywall, baby. Well, if you ignore the price I paid for the house, but. They've got, I can see the old measurements left by the previous contractor when he was marking out the door frame or something. I don't know. Also, I haven't told Phil I'm doing this, so I'm just gonna show up and be like, hey, remember that drywall we needed? We don't need it anymore. He's either gonna be confused or he's gonna know exactly what I did. Free drywall screws too? Wow, it's like Christmas. Holy macaroni, Batman. Whew. All right, so we've got the first layer off, completely intact, just needs a few very small patches. The question now is, can I get the under layer off as well? And I think it should be even easier. I think it's just a matter of unscrewing the screws that are now visible, so could be a 2 for 1, double whammy. Let's find out. Oh, that's a nail. All right, let's get a hammer. This hammer was left to me by a dear friend, Angela. Angela, if you are watching this, thank you. Look at how far your hammer has come. It came in the tiniest, cutest, most useless looking toolkit ever. They're all pink. It's a breast cancer thing. And she got this little toolkit, left it for us, not realizing that we were gonna use the living bejesus out of it. And that was probably a decade ago, easily a decade ago. And look how far it's come, Angela. Your hammer, it's with us here in Nova Scotia. Crazy. Is it gonna come off? Oh my god! Hell yeah! Did I just rip out 2 nails at the very bottom? Yes. Do I care? No, not at all. Wow. Oh my god, guys. We did it! We did it! We salvaged both pieces of drywall. They're both in very good shape, both very reusable. Great success. Now we still have to install them in the hole in the hallway, but first things first, source free materials, reuse what you got, then we'll use it to patch the hole in the hallway. Woo!
But what happened next meant that the hole in the hallway was destined to stay as is for a little while longer, and it's a very exciting and somewhat shocking discovery that we're going to have to save for the next episode. Phil, don't hurt yourself for this stupid YouTube.
That'd be so fucking hilarious. Like, help the prop, but just have it here and walk with it.